Welcome aboard. I'd like to review these Cummins engines on this 46-foot trawler. These are Cummins turbocharged diesel engines. Looking at the forward part of the engine, you can see the expansion tank with the radiator cap. That noise you hear is the freshwater pump down there, the black pump to the left. I would also like to point out the Overflow catch basin with the blue C for Cummins. That's when the expansion tank antifreeze or coolant expands. It will run down that hose and collect in that catch basin. Coming back to the top of the engine, you can see here, this is where you would add oil during an oil change. Here on the front left or inboard side of the engine, you can see the gear case breather. And you've got the hose going down. If you have any vapor mist, it will collect in that little jug right there. While down here, you can see this blue hose. This blue hose is actually how you would drain the oil out of the crankcase for an oil change. Your dipstick, your oil pressure sending unit. This is the motor mount. Here is the raw water pump with the pickup here. And I want to point out that that hose, the clear silver hose that you see, is not the water hose, but that's an anti-chafing protection cover on top of the black and blue rubber hose that's down there. This is the body where the rubber raw water impeller is. The water goes up, follows this tube all the way back, and you may see that black piece on the back. That is the transmission cooler. It's a heat exchanger for the transmission. Just above that is the air filter for the air intake. You can see the turbocharger here. This is the exhaust turbine. This is the air intake turbine. And you can see the air comes in through this pipe right here and goes into the air intake manifold right here for all 6 cylinders. This is the fuel injector pump, the throttle arm here. Looking outboard, you can see the exhaust elbow, that big black piece. And then you can see where the water goes in right here, and that's the quencher. Taking 1100 degree Fahrenheit gas here, dropping it to about 200 degrees Fahrenheit here into this rubber hose, and goes out that exhaust water lift muffler right there and heads out the back of the boat. To close this up, let's look at the transmission, properly called a reduction gear. This is the dipstick for the fluid level. And I say fluid, it's not oil. This uses automatic transmission fluid. Here are the two tubes that go into the cooler. So this is the transmission cooler, if you'd like to use that word. Here on the back, the coupler, the Monel stainless steel shafts going back to the dripless shaft seal. So if you want to learn more about engines, join us in Vero Beach, Florida for do-it-yourself maintenance. We can teach you how to change oil, change fuel filters, and do basic owner service items on your diesel engine. Just remember, ask Captain Chris.